Lelwala. Lelwala in the northern end of the northeast Sri Lanka is a region under constant threats of terrorist attacks. Kirippan Wever, Janakapura, Ahatukas Wever, Sampatnura, Athavatnu Wever are villages around Lelwala, each with its own school. Whatever be the reason for conflicts, it is the children who suffer immensely due to the barbaric acts of the terrorists.
Children are delicate and soft, like flowers. In almost all societies, a child is compared to a flower. A child is pretty playful and innocent with an unspoiled mind. What we must understand is that with stress and mental pressure, the child's mind can get crushed easily like a flower. A child's mind is like a sponge. It absorbs almost anything and everything.
An experiment was conducted to explore the thoughts and feelings of these children who were under constant stress due to terrorist activities. The medium was their drawings. The experiment and the observations are presented through this program. You are free to come to your own conclusions. The villagers of Athavatnu in Lelwala, who recently came heavy mortar fire, are another set of timid and innocent people who are suffering due to terrorist activities. What kind of a world is this for a child who has to run in mortal fear to a bunker for shelter in the thick darkness of the night? Owing to the barbaric acts of terrorists, attendance of schools has dropped sharply at Athavatnu.
The school was shifted here on the 10th of June. But with the situations before this shift in purpose, the reported number of 250 students dropped to 194. As we compare with this number, though 194 is registered, actual number of students is about 194.
It is an accepted view that the children, through their experiences, come to their own independent interpretations. Unlike adults, they have not developed the capacity to reason out and understand these in terms of external causes. On one hand, this could be harmful, and on the other, leave painful scars in the mind.
Around 1 a.m., we heard loud noises all around. Mother woke us and father took us to the bunker and came up. Our neighbors, who were searching somewhere to hide without any place to go, were also brought in. A blind grandma with them too was brought in. My father took her into the bunker. Artillery fire was heard in the direction of the grandma's house. In a little while, a shell crashed and ricocheted, and mother told she saw it hit me. mother was hit on the chest, but did not indicate that she was hit. I was taken into the bunker that she told us she had been hit.
The children have no time to study. In the Atavatnuwava school, they are in fear the whole time. They do not know when mortars will crash in, their minds are not on books. The school had to be closed down. The children have now to go to Nikavava. They are physically and mentally exhausted when they come back from school in the evening, walking all the way.
They have no time to study. Every time they hear a noise, they have to stop everything and run to the bunker. Their concentration breaks down completely.
How many more children are there who are deeply suffering under the terrorist threats? Isn't it a daunting challenge to teach even the handful of these children who come from this kind of a disturbed environment?
We do not ask small children what they are going through. We start with a pleasant activity to keep them cheerful. We never let them feel the turmoil going on around them. Whatever we do, every time to make them cheerful, whenever a loud noise is heard, they become dumb with fear and they keep silent all the time.
Most often we see parents squabbling with each other in the presence of their children. They are under the mistaken impresses that the children don't understand what the parents are saying or squabbling about. But the adverse impact of it may be more on the children than on the parents. So it is these children who will resort to similar aggressive behavior as adults. The violence they experience will be repeated as adults. That is the reason why violence against children and abuse has to be stopped. This is why children should not be experienced corporal punishment. The physical pain, though bad, is temporary, but the damage to the mind is long-lasting and leaves a deep scar, and a long-term harm is immense. Wars and violent conflicts disrupts the mind of the child. Every day these Sinhala children see soldiers, guns and artillery. So do the Tamil children on the other side of the divide. Even when there is no war, to see soldiers in bright uniforms and shining armor creates a deep impression. They tend to roll mostly them and behave in a similar manner. If you ask them what they want to be, most would prefer to join the army rather than being a farmer or a doctor or a teacher. The Tamil children too will tend to be the same. They also try to follow the same step. They may also be changed through a process of brainwashing in the name of a people and the country.
I believe educational standards have dropped. The mind lacks concentration. Even a loud noise of a banging door terrifies a child today.
මල් වත්තක්. ඇයි ඉතින් පුතා කළු පාට ගෑවි? මල් වත්තක් එච්චාම කොච්චර ලස්සන පාට ලස්සන මල් තියෙනවනේ.
බෝම්බ වැටිලා.
කො බෝම්බේ වැටිච්ච තැන?
ඉතින්.
හතර දෙනාම ඇන්දේ එකම දෙයද? ඔව් මේ බලන්න පුතා. ඔයාලා ඇන්දේ යුද්ධද? ඔක දැකලා තියෙනවද ඔයාලා? ආ? පුතාගේ චිත්‍රය තියෙන මොනවද කියලා කියන්නකෝ අපිට. මොකක්ද ඇඳලා තියෙන කියලා කියන්න.
යුද්ධ.
වෙන මොනවද ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ? යුද්ධ මොනවද ඇඳලා තියෙන්නේ?
පෙන්.
මොනවද?
පෙන්.
මොකද පුතේ මේ ඇඳලා තියෙනවා අඳින්න මොනවද? ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ.
බෝම්බ දාන්නේ.
ඈ?
බංකරේ.
මේ කවුද මේ ඉන්නේ බංකරේ?
මමයි නංගි.
ඔයයි?
නංගි.
ආහා. මේ කවුද ඉන්නේ? අම්මා. හරි ලස්සනයි.
මේ ගෙදර මේ කාර් එකක් යනවා. ළමයා පාරෙන් එහා පැත්තට යනවා. පොයින්ට් එක මේ එක්කෙනෙක් කරගෙන.
මොකද පුතේ?
රූටරේ කරගෙන එක්කෙනෙක්.
රූටරේ. මේ මොකද?
පොයින්ට් එක.
ඈ?
වතුරේ මේ අම්මලාගේ යකේ මන්දිර අතු ගන්නවා මිදුලේ.
ආහා. මේ මොකද්ද?
මේ ආසේ යනවා.
චොපර් එක.
The themes of 67 were directly related to the war. That is 44.6% of the children. 21 drawings were though not directly related to the war-going conflict, but were in some way related to it. That is 14%. All in all, 58.6% of the drawings were related to the war. Those whose themes were not related to the war, the drawings of the older boys. They were 62 in number, of 41.4%. Professor Harendra De Silva, who has done a yeoman service as chairman of the Child Protection Authority, is vastly experienced and has conducted numerous studies on child.
Then they show a helicopter, the armed forces, and some other relevant things. Well, here we see maybe a terrorist shooting. What is significant is everyone is with hands on the head or hands raised in a posture of weeping. So most people weep in this kind of situation. Everyone here, including the onlookers and also the injured, are with hands on the head in a posture of weeping. This is what they experience very often. Now look at this. It is a very dark picture. They see bombs falling. And there is a bird and these are bunkers. It is difficult to understand this without asking the child. There is a large group here. Yes, it looks like armed forces. Looks like the army. And there are sandbags in the bunker. There is a mother and a small one in camouflage uniform. This may be the artist. I cannot be sure. But when compared with the others, very likely he is the one who drew this. The picture is of a mother and a small child. The small one near the mother is very likely him. But he is armed with a gun, revealing the kind of desire he has in his mind. This kind of thinking affects children. mostly in areas under terrorist threat. The terrorists manipulate children in very subtle ways, sometimes through songs and videos, and entertainment as well. Remember the Kent Farm tragedy. The attack was videoed and shown as an attack by the army on a Tamil village and was used to recruit children. A child's thinking may be narrow with little lateral thoughts. Unhappy experiences may be shown in black and white.
මොන අයලාද? ඇහෙන්නේ?
ආටිකාලි.
ආහා. මේ මොකද්ද? මේ
ටීචර් කෙනෙක් ළමයිට කතා කරන බංකරේ. බෝඩ් වලට හඳායින් කොටින්ගේ බෝඩ් වලට. කෙනාට ආටිකාලි අදිනවා.
ආහා.
Attention must be drawn to some very significant data for your observation. Of the 150 children in the school, the themes of the drawings of 88 were directly related to the war. Among them were 57, 5 to 10 years old. That is, at an alarming 64.7%. Only 31 of the 11 to 16-year-old children drew on the theme, the dangerous war.
The future looks extremely frightening. Leaving the war aside, studies have shown that if children have to face similar kind of violence, and when we justify such acts, say for instance, a teacher or a parent punishes a child for not studying and justifies that by saying is in the interest of the child, a child will see no harm eating other. As an adult, he will resort to violence and aggressive acts to solve problems. He may even raise his hands against his parents.